Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmenu.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. And also, please don't forget to subscribe. That would help me a lot. I want to grow this channel. It's growing, okay, but I want more. That's what we're here for, right? To grow our business. So, having said that, you know what? I for a minute there, I thought I was going to be late because I was just shocked. I lost track of time because somebody and Trump just appointed to the Justice Department. I'm sure some people probably have heard of him. Leo Terrell, he was a big mouth during the O.J. Simpson trial. I was surprised not too long ago, or maybe last year or the year before last, he came out as a Trumper. Anyway, what distracted me and really got me angry, he basically said he's thinking about indicting Jill Biden over some kind of civil right or something. I'm not quite sure what offense she committed. You know, they're stupid and stupid. This guy is really dumb. It seems like he's a lawyer. I don't know where he went to school and how he got his law degree. But this morning I was on my other channel. I said the Trump regime is going to do something really stupid that's going to cause major upheaval. That's going to be close to it. And I was surprised this afternoon. I was talking about that. I believe it was earlier today. I said they are trying to scare people by either threatening to indict people like Beyonce, Oprah, among other prominent figures. And somebody was on Nicole Wallace's show this afternoon, Deadline White House, and they were talking about the same thing. What I was saying I was being intuitively, but these people, they have facts and they understand what's going on behind the scene. They are experts. So I'm saying this don't be afraid, because that's what Trump wants. And the scariest part about all this, he's pushing all these buttons, but nothing works so far. And the economy is imploding. He spoke to Putin this morning. I said it earlier today in my stream. I did not know what the outcome was going to be, but intuitively I felt it was not going to go anywhere. And I was just watching the new show with Simone and Steele and the other young lady. I can never remember her name. The new show that replaced, I believe they took over Joyce slot. They start at 7 o'clock. I forgot. I don't remember how they called it. But anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about on MSNBC. And they were talking about what does Putin have on Trump, and also basically the Trump regime has declared that if Putin and Ukraine don't find a way to make peace, they're going to walk away from the whole thing. I'm so surprised. You know what I mean? That's the outcome of the talk he had earlier this morning. Trump did nothing. He was not prepared. He just went to say hi to his buddy Putin, okay? And because he's into what he's trying to do here, omni-presidency, I believe they call it, okay? He's in charge of everything. He tells everybody what's law, what's not law, and all that. Yeah, let's see how well that's going to work for him. When it comes to time frame, I'm a little behind. Just like I predicted the first year he was out of office, he would have been indicted. Garland dragged his feet and he was not indicted or even began investigation the second year after he was out of office. And that's what's causing the situation that we are in today. I have not heard anything from Garland. I hope he stays in hiding because he's a jerk. Sorry, I don't like that guy at all. Look at where we are. In any event, Trump is going to continue to push the boundaries, and Republicans don't expect them to do anything. Very few of them, like this gentleman, will come out and say anything. His name is Don Bacon. And you know, I just read a little while ago, Congressman Don Bacon still remains the only GOP lawmaker who called for the Secretary Pig Hegseth to be ousted from his position. And it could be costing him support, according to a Washington Post report. So I am not surprised, but you know something? He's the only brave one who stepped out. I feel he's doing the right thing. Over time, Republicans have no choice because once they realize Trump will come for them too, and by the way, from what I understand, there is some kind of regulation they have in DOJ. It's difficult to indict someone who's a Congress person, okay? And they are trying to remove whatever it is right now in order for them to make it easier to go after basically what they want, go after Democrats. That's what they're trying to do. All those things are going to backfire, my friends. And the Jay Robinson says, do you see me moving or relocating to another state? If so, what month? My friend, only one question. Okay, I feel like saying if you want to move, yes, you'll be able to make the move, but it may not be right away. It's probably between now and the end of the year. Okay? And Susan Cordova is asking why is Steve Miller so involved with this administration when he's Jewish? Why does he do it? You know, there are a lot of people, just like Justice Thomas. Why does he do what he does? You know, basically, these people, they hate themselves, okay? They don't like, well, in Stephen's case, it feels like to me, he's angry and he's taking his anger out on those who can defend themselves. And now he's in position of power. He's not going to stop. He's going to continue abusing the power until they stop Trump. Once Trump is stopped, is everything okay? Can you guys tell me? Guys, am I live? Can you please tell me if you can still see me? Can you please guys tell me if everything is okay? I'm not sure if you guys can see me. I'm going to keep talking. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ron. Got it. Because the screen is showing something different. That's why I'm asking. Yes. Now I lost track of what I was saying. Yes, I was responding to that question. Stephen Miller just don't like himself, and I wouldn't waste my energy trying to figure him out. Okay, he doesn't like himself, just like Thomas hates himself and the way he grew up. Okay, having said that, thank you, Gene Rogers. Patty 1951 says, will I be able to get the people destroying some of my things on camera? Yeah, if you keep if the camera is properly placed and there is a tab, it's not that expensive, okay? It can track people the minute they see somebody, and it tracks the person. See if you can get one of those too, okay? But yeah, you can get them, absolutely. I mean, you will find the people. Patty Palmer is asking, did my sister steal my inheritance from me? It was 20, 30 years ago. Friend, I don't think so. I'm not seeing Patty. I'm sorry. I don't see somebody walking away. I don't see your sister walking away with your stuff, okay? Sorry about that. Okay. Charlie C. Sage of Fire says, Milu, will I be able to move this year? Yeah. September, October, it feels like to me, okay? Sophia TC says, Emilio, I hope all is well with you. Yes, so far, thank you. So far, so good. Ever since I got divorced from domestic relationship, I never seem to get anyone new. Will I get married again? If you want to get married again, absolutely. You know, it's very difficult. Can you please give me a call? Who's that? Sophia TC. Oh, let me get my, I got to get my number. You know, once we leave school, it's a challenge to meet new people, okay? And a lot of us, you know, it's meeting new people, and if you're over 40, it's even more challenging. But I feel like saying yes, you're gonna meet some people. I'm seeing a gentleman. It seems like he's about 5'8", 5'9". He's not skinny, but he's not fat. He's like on the stocky side. Do you know who that person is? And his hair is about maybe an inch long, okay? So, hi, this is Milu.
Hello.
Hi, okay, hi. You asked me about the relationship, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Whose name starts with the letter F as in Frank?
Frank?
Or a name that starts with the letter F? F as in Frank. Okay, did you ever date anyone like that? The name starts with the letter F? Okay, just remember, then I just describe a person. There's potential for you to meet that person, okay? I mean, yes, you will meet other people, and then there's a name that starts with the S as in Sam or Sas. There's an S name, okay?
An S, okay.
Yeah, this one is a little taller, okay? He's about 5'10", 5'11". The other one is a little shorter, okay?
Oh, so would I be engaged again?
Oh, well, yeah, you get married again, but don't jump. Take your time and, you know, make sure you two are compatible. I'm sure you would, but don't jump, okay? But yeah, you're going to meet a few people, but take part in activities. Even when you go shopping, you know, pay attention, you know? Okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you. You're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Okay. Thank you, Ron and Conditioner of Tower, for reminding everyone to only call when I ask them to call. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. Artist. Okay. John Sanchez says, Melody, see my daughter and son-in-law making the marriage work. I feel like they're trying, but my friend, they need to go to marriage counseling. I feel that would give them a better chance of, I'm seeing a back and forth. Are they doing a back and forth, John? There's a back and forth here. Or even if it's like hot and cold, okay? That's not a good sign. So, but you know, if your daughter talks to you, suggest marriage counseling or couple counseling, however they call it. Okay? All right. Let's see. You know, I have to do my Diddy update. I was watching a couple of lawyer show today, and they were talking at how Diddy's attorneys, the defense attorneys. Oh, okay, John. Yes, they have to tell them to try to go to counseling. Okay. Yes. I was watching a couple of lawyers today doing real time, covering the trial real time. They were outside, of course, or some of them they probably have representatives inside to report to them what's going on. And I'm not a lawyer, but intuitively, what they were talking about is because the attorneys, Diddy's attorneys, basically tripped Dawn Robert, I know, Dawn something, I don't remember her last name right now, okay? Because they were able to, she got stumped and, she couldn't remember things. She was, okay, they show that she's inconsistent about her stories. But the point I'm trying to make is I was focusing on the jury and I was listening to these people. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but it feels like to me, the jurors, they are looking for consistency, not the way those attorneys who are reporting. And I'm not saying they're doing a bad job. They're doing a great job. And some of them are gossipy. It's a lot of fun to watch some of those lawyers reporting like that in a trial like this, okay? But I disagree with their conclusions. They think, Dawn probably created doubt on the mind of the jurors. I don't think so. Because like earlier today, I mentioned there's a parameter, okay, for example, for human trafficking, prostitution, and stuff like that. And to whatever I feel, the jurors, yes, they have transcript to refresh their memories, but it feels like to me they are looking for information, anything that corroborates what Cassie said in court, her testimony, because they believed her. They don't think she's perfect or anything of that sort. Okay, but they are looking for anything, any information that can corroborate her testimony. And another thing I feel that happened today is very damaging for Diddy on the mind of the jurors. There's a third lady, let me see if I wrote her name, who testified. She used to be a model and good friends with, let me see if I have that, if I have her name, because I think, nope, I don't. I may have it, 1 second. No. I'm looking at my screen right now. No, I don't have it. But she used to be a model. She used to be Cassie's best friend. I don't remember her name. She testified that, I believe, Diddy abused her twice physically, but her and Cassie are no longer friends. And I'm not quite sure how, but it seems like Diddy had to pay her some kind of, compensate her for hating her or whatever abuse she suffered from him. The point I'm trying to make is, because I just read this before I came on, it seemed like she testified late this afternoon. I'm not sure, because there was someone else, Diddy's secretary or a guy that used to be his assistant, something to that effect, who testified about the same thing. And something I said to you guys, I don't remember if I said it here or on my daily stream, that those guys with money, they have a way, okay, because they all talk to one another and how they go about trapping women, okay, and also if they like them enough and want to keep them, to service them, they rent them apartments, they make them dependent on them. And money, that kind of money, is like a drug. It's hard to walk away from. You got to have really love yourself, have a strong sense of self, to just walk away from it, because, oh Lord, it's amazing. I mean, those guys home alone, you know, is very indoor pools, and they have multiple homes and different coasts and stuff. So that's what I was trying to explain earlier. I could see a 19-year-old being exposed to all that, to that lavish lifestyle, depending on, it doesn't seem to me like she came from a wealthy background. I'm talking about Cassie. So it was easy for her to be trapped by Diddy and manipulate her, and that's what he was doing. And the assistant said, Cassie said to him, she couldn't leave Diddy. My point is, the jurors took that, what she said, as, you know, because Diddy basically manipulated her. And that lady, young lady who used to be a model, good friend with Cassie, who was Diddy abused as well. They don't, it feels like to me, the jurors, intuitively, when I was focusing on them on this afternoon so I could report this evening, they don't think these people are perfect. They're not looking for perfect people who testify. When you go testify in front of, or, you know, like, I don't remember the name, how you call them, but anyway, you guys know what I mean. They're not looking for someone who's perfect testifying. They're looking for the person being honest. That's what it feels like to me they're paying attention to. Okay, the jurors, that is. And they are looking for consistency or consistencies. And was Cassie's testimony, because they trust her. She's not perfect, but they trusted her if they were correct, because a lot of the a lot of the charges, okay, they're looking for people who testify, and they're looking for, you know, where to put whatever those people say. Okay, which one of those charges, those things fit in. They're not gonna, you know, they're not looking for perfect people. That's what it feels like to me. I'm looking for how they call when somebody go and testify in court like that. Della Jean says charges been dropped on the Newark Met. No surprise, because I didn't feel that it was gonna go anywhere. Thank you for posting that, Della Jean. I'm looking to see how you call when someone had to testify. How do you call it? What is the legal name for it? But anyway, that's what I feel is happening with the jurors today. And again, at 12 o'clock, I didn't feel the defense made a dent. Yes, you know, the defense made. I feel Dawn is the only person really. They tripped, but I don't think it was that damaging when I focus on the jurors. The gentleman, Diddy's assistant, oh my God. I think the way he interpreted some stuff, I'm looking for something so I can read it to you guys. Okay, there you go. They didn't take witnesses. I couldn't remember the name. It just flashed in front of me. The witnesses, they're not looking for perfect witnesses. Okay, the gentleman, David, I said, oh, okay, David, let me tell you what he said, okay? I was shocked. He that was brought up in court. His name is David, and he said he interviewed a few times to be Diddy's assistant, and we called one meeting with an HR executive from Bad Boy, I guess that's Diddy's company, who he said, who he says told him, this is Mr. Combs' kingdom, and we are all here to serve him. If I were to go in any company, somebody tell me something like that, I would hightail out. What? Serve you? I work here. I don't serve you. This is crazy. But anyway, that was by my when I read that was how I felt. But all those things intuitively to me, the jurors are listening to them. Those witnesses, they are very damaging. And it feels like to me they are putting them in the proper boxes when it comes to all the charges. I don't know, I've never been a juror, I don't know, but even if they don't, if I recall correctly, they are not supposed to make up their minds yet. But it feels like to me they are making mental notes, because they're supposed to do whatever. They're not supposed to reach any conclusion now. They will reach conclusions when they go to deliberate the case. Please tell me if I'm wrong, because that's how I remember it works, since I'm not a legal anything. So, but my friends, I don't feel intuitively the defense attorneys has been able to make any dents on the government case. If anything, it's negligible. It's not, there's nothing here. And Artist was saying something about Biden's cancer and Trump. Don't believe the hype. Yes, Trump. Oh, okay. I thought you meant something else. Artist said, I feel that Trump and gang showing so little grace regarding Biden. Yes. I mean, Trump, I was saying that earlier. Trump is in a very bad position, okay? People around him are freaking out. They are scared because everything is falling apart. The sky is falling on the White House and the roofs are caving in and, nothing is working. So right now, in fact, Leo Terrell, I don't know if you heard me, he's a new hire at DOJ. He's threatening to investigate Jill Biden. Good luck with that. He's so stupid. He's a black man. I don't think he loves himself. Just like Thomas. And I wonder where he's going to live. He goes to Mar-a-Lago and shine shoes. Him and that guy, Rano or Dano. Okay. They go to Mar-a-Lago, they let them in, they treat them like garbage, okay? And they come outside thinking the big shots. I'm picking Flip Wilson as I'm saying, Mr. Big Shots. Yeah. Once this Trump thing is over, these people are no longer important. Pay attention, you guys. They will no longer be welcome at Mar-a-Lago, okay? You won't be hearing them going there. Watch. But anyway, yes, it's because Trump is freaking out. He's terrified. That's what's going on. So he's looking for distractions, and they're blaming Biden for everything. They're even saying he was looking for a way to invalidate the pardons that Biden gave, and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Let's see what happens. But I'm glad that they dropped the charges against Baraka. It's because people are standing up. People are not afraid. And they don't have a case anyway. That's the problem. If they went to court, I'm not a lawyer, but I've been listening to experts, talk. It's not that hard. It's logic. And the only thing I'm not good at, like I was saying, there are parameters that you have to meet. For example, for extortion, okay, or for human trafficking, there are criterias, and you have to meet those criterias before you can charge the person with those things. And then when the prosecutor charges you with those things, okay, the defense attorney has to prove that, you didn't make a good case. For example, in order for you to be charged with stealing, you have to, be able to steal 5 donuts. If you stole less than 5 donuts, then you're not a thief. I'm just giving you guys an example. Hopefully it makes you laugh too. But that's the whole legal thing to me. I know it's a simplistic way of looking at it. You have to remember a whole lot of stuff. I'm not saying it's easy, but that's my simplistic way of looking at the law, how they interpret things and how they put things in different boxes and stuff. So they know they didn't have a case. And the same thing with the judge too. The judge, Trump is terrified when people stand up to him. And you know who else I think there's a good chance he's going to drop his case to or back away? I don't like him. They deserve one another. The guy who was FBI director, Trump fired, the very first one, Comey. He was on Deadline White House. I heard a little bit about, the interview. I couldn't watch the whole thing. But my friends, yeah, I'm sure by now he's sorry that he ever went out and basically he's the one that caused Hillary Clinton to lose. Sexy Sassy 6 says, Mr. Milu, you can call me Milu. When you give a man access to hurt you, that's not totally a victim. This is a complicated question, Sexy Sassy 6. There are some people, if Cassie was at least 30, I remember when I was 19, I was so dumb, I was book smart, but when it comes to real life, and I don't think women are any different. 19, 20, 21, 22, and according to what I hear, Diddy she was 22, and this guy had 17 or 18 years over her. My friend, if you are on equal footing, Sassy 6, I agree, okay? But the people who want to be in show business, oh my God, the thing that happens to them. Something else, Sexy Sassy? I don't feel we have any idea of the trauma some young people go through to make it in show business. But from what I am seeing from Cassie, from what I'm hearing from the other movie executive, I don't remember his name, he's still on trial. The guy who was walking around with the walker who had, I don't know if he has back issues or hip issues. In fact, I just read how he raped a young woman. The young woman testified today. I don't know what's going on, but he's in court again. Weinstein. Okay. Hearing how Diddy, Weinstein, R. Kelly, how they treat people, there is major manipulation. Let me tell you something. And I'm saying this because I have a couple of people, clients, okay, who are married to wealthy individuals. And those women, one of them, okay, the guy is not abusive, but he's a jerk, all right? The thing is, the way he went about creating a situation where she depends on him completely. Right now, she can't go anywhere. Not that she's thinking of leaving. She drives a brand new Mercedes every couple of years, for a Mercedes 500, okay? A beautiful house. Everything is paid for. Okay, she can do whatever she wants. She goes to vacation. It's an amazing lifestyle. It's not like, this is not a situation like Diddy and Weinstein are doing. But I'm giving you an example of how some of those rich guys, oh, my friend, they have, it seems like it's a psychological profile, that, approach that they develop, okay? Like that guy, David, who testified today in the trial, who the guy who wanted to be Diddy's assistant, I don't remember at what capacity he worked for Diddy. And he was explaining how basically Diddy told him he got Cassie where he wanted her, or somebody told him Diddy said that. So yes, you have a point, Sassy. If you want to say equal footing, yes. But my friends, let me tell you, I did real estate for a minute. I've gone inside some homes. I used to live in Northern Jersey. In fact, I was in a home. I have pictures of it. I did an open house. Michael Jackson was interested in buying that house. Okay, that's to give you the level of opulence and beauty. The house has an indoor pool. Oh my God. It had a basketball court. And that home was immaculate. Okay, every little detail. That home was Franklin Lakes. That home is in Franklin Lakes. Okay, I mean, there are a bunch of them. I'm just giving you one example because if Michael Jackson was interested in that house, you can see the level of opulence. Now, can you imagine a guy, and the garage has Ferraris, a 19-year-old, yeah. You can play them, twist them. All right, friends. Thank you very much for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Sassy Sexy says, me look at, and Cassie's, it's pretty privileged. She appears a total victim. Exactly. Thank you. That's the case I was trying to make. She's a complete victim. But yes, you have a point. On equal footing, yeah. But that one, I can't. I mean, I don't like what she's done, and I am not, saying. Adi says, Clive Davis is another one. Harvey Weinstein, thank you, Adi, is the one that's still in trial today. The thing is, it's so sad. I don't condone those things because, I'm not judging anybody, but it's very hard. Thank you, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmail.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. We can negotiate a time that's good for both of us to talk. If you like the channel, please subscribe, and also don't forget to tap the notification bell, and please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it, friends. I will see you all Saturday. Till then, bye.